How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and today I want to talk about skateboard bearings. Now, the reason why I want to talk about skateboard bearings are because the skate industry has made this a very hard topic and then gets people confused, but says, hey, this is an ABEC 9, it's an ABEC 7, buy this bearing, it's the best bearing in the world. Now, these are my prototype bearings that I have from a local place that I get these, and I consider these to be the best bearings for the price. Today I'm going to break that down and show you my bearings. But an ABEC rating, it only rates the tolerance. They don't rate them from worst to best, okay? It's more of a grade or a class thing. Like the bearing measurements and the tolerances is what gives it the rating. See where I'm going with that? ABEC only measures and rates tolerance. You have put this idea in your brain, and this is why you buy certain bearings, right? Like I said, ABEC only measures tolerance. It don't rate the speed, the load, and durability. So remember that when you're buying a skateboard bearing. Tolerances are important in a skateboard bearing, right? Some manufacturers even made their own rating for skateboard bearings. But we still don't know what that means because we don't know what they use. We don't know how they made it. We don't know what went into making that bearing. So we really don't know what that rating is. So whether it's made in the US or China, it really doesn't matter when it comes to a bearing. I know a lot of people's like, oh, US bearings. I've actually got some US bearings that won't even spin. It's not about the US or China. It's what makes the bearing better than the other one. And what I'm trying to say is it's the quality of the material and how it's made. Deeper raceways are better for skateboarding, but we also have to factor in the steel and the hardness, right? And we have to factor in the polishing and the tolerance. So we have to keep this stuff in mind when we're talking about a bearing. Well-polished balls and raceways result in a smoother, harder contact surface. And it can help with speed and all that stuff. So what I'm pretty much saying is it comes down to how the bearing was made, what's the tolerance, and how good was it polished, how was it manufactured, and all that stuff. But these are my prototype bearings, and I put them through their paces, and this is the new set that we have here. This is just a generic holder top piece, and I put this on there because this is going to be the brand. But these are really, really awesome, right? So this is kind of my little setup pack for right now because I'm still testing these bearings. But these come with, your washers, your spacers, and these are the bearings, right? So I don't run shields, and these are made after what I like, so this is how the bearings are made. But these things will spin for days, right? This is a bearing that I found and buy and make sure they're good, and they work really well. So we're going to stick one on a wheel, and I'm going to show you how well they spin. Now, you always can't go by the spin because when you start to spin a bearing, it doesn't really matter. What matters is when you put the load on the bearing, and these bearings do both. So they spin good when there's no load on them, and they spin good when there's not a load on them. So I'm going to set these up how I'd ride them on my trucks. Now, I run 3 washers per axle. I run 2 on the back, like this. Let's go ahead and do a spin test.